When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, hey, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, hey, praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, hey, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, hey, praise ya.
We really gotta stop like praise ya. Stop and praise the ancient of days. Teary-eyed with a smiling face, the praise you gave was already ordained. Stop and praise for keeping you in your lane. Give a praise for breaking off them chains. Before you let somebody steal your praise, think about the spirit in which they came. Think about the energy they gave. Is it worth it? Nope, never, no way. Kingdom we broke into a praise dance. I praise y'all for D4 hug daps. Praise Yahweh for the congregation, and I praise him for the angels, the elders, and all their dedication. See this truth, it'll cut you, heal you, it'll make or break you. It's a spiritual walk, it's a spiritual ride. Just don't despise the chastisement when you get chastised. You a son, not a bastard, right? You gon' get chastised. It's a spiritual ride, just vibe. Yeah, just vibe. We gon' ride. All praises to the Most High.
When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, hey, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, hey, praise ya.
Mercy on you, mercy on me. They say the truth has set you free. See prophecy been fulfilled for real. Now what the deal? We giving praise to the God of Israel. Cause it's real out here. People get killed out here. They robbing still out here. It's getting hard out here. The love of many wax cold from what I hear. But we back by the Most High, so who shall you feel? You gotta be bold and righteous to live. The flesh is seething and wicked. Sin deceiving is vicious. Repentance needed to fix it. His mercy too exquisite to miss it. Just proceed to listen. Let's stick to the mission. Believe and receive his blessing. You see, blessings come from above. None of us deserve it. None of us is worthy. But we praise y'all for his mercy.
When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, hey, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, hey, praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, hey, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me.
Shalom Facebook, Shalom YouTube. Welcome to our prophecy class. Today we're in the book of Isaiah chapter 55. But before we get started, does anyone have any questions?
Yeah, I got a question similar to the question I asked yesterday during this episode. Alright, the dream. You know, they say the thing about, you know, what happens in dreams, because, you know, sometimes in dreams, certain things go on in your dreams, you know. Well, it doesn't matter whether it's adultery, fornication, whatever. You might be running around killing folks and enjoying yourself. So if you have a dream and it's a simple dream, whatever sin is, and if you really enjoying it and you wake up and you have enjoyment in it and not repent, would that be like a sin, or is it because it's a dream it doesn't really matter?
People have little control over what they dream.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't know where that dream is coming from. So should you be held responsible for something you didn't know anything about?
Well, maybe the enjoyment of it.
You dreamed it? Did you dream it on purpose? That's what my point. You didn't dream it on purpose. Now, if you thought of it on purpose, you're thinking about it, and it goes into your sleep, then yeah, before you went to sleep, you were thinking about it. So now the thought is turned itself into a dream. So you have to, in your waking hours, you should ask for forgiveness for thinking the thing that you dreamed about. So that's what's in your heart. Yeah. So yeah, you got to cover all your bases. So it's not necessarily the act itself, but the thought of the act. That's a sin also. Like the Mashiach said, to look upon a woman to lust after her is commit adultery, right? My question is, we know what the judgment for adultery is, but what is the judgment for thinking about adultery? He didn't say it was a judgment for that. But it's still a sin. But what is the judgment?
Committing adultery is when you mess with a man's married wife, correct? Mess with a man's married wife, correct?
Depending on how you do it. I mean, you actually doing it, yeah, that's adultery.
But okay, so what I'm saying is, so like what Les was saying, so if you look, you see that, like you said, look upon a woman and commit adultery. But what if you look upon a woman, she's single?
I think he's combining both adultery and fornication.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he said that a man put away his wife and causes her to commit fornication. What?
Okay.
Gal. Oh, Cal, how you doing, man? Made it on in, huh?
So does the Mashiach take into consideration, like, okay, so like we here in the mirror, right? And I know this is written in antiquity. And in America, you see, I mean, these women are not covered. So you surrounded by constant
Temptation?
Yeah, I mean, they wear shorty stuff, you know, it's like mouth high, you literally, like, I seen a woman the other day, she literally, like, she had no drawers. Like, I wouldn't even try and look, but I just looked up, I was like, man, she had no drawers.
I see you too.
She had her drawers on.
No,
How you know?
because she was wearing the dress, and everything was just moving. No control.
No print.
No nothing. And you could see,
I mean,
it was light. The dress was like a light complexion dress. You can kind of see because she was walking and the sun was this way.
You were looking one.
I was going to look. You know how you go to the farmer's market. I'm being real, man. I was going to the farmer's market. You know how you go to the farmer's market? It's all that sun coming this way.
Yeah.
So the sun came.
You can't see.
Thank you.
Right,
brother.
you can't see because I've seen it before.
And then
Well, it sounds like a novel.
I was going this way, Elder, and the sun, and she was nice, don't get me wrong. She was just going this way, and the sun hit everything. I said, oh man.
You describe it so perfectly.
Yeah, right. Elder, I was single man.
What else did you see?
That's all I saw. Elder, I did. I stopped it. Y'all was kidding. I didn't. I ain't want to.
Well, I mean, look, that's just human nature.
Okay.
You don't see that every day. And she dressed like that on purpose. She wants that attention. Right? So she timed it perfectly when she ran across you.
I don't know about you. I think I would have proposed to her.
Because she knew that you would come and tell somebody about it. And then they'll want to go back and see themselves.
What is some of that?
This is tough out there, Elder, I'm just saying.
I know. Hey, it's 90-something degrees out there, bro.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the time for them to start walking around half naked.
And, you know, the thing, I mean, she wasn't dressed like this. I mean, she had a long dress like our sister wear long dresses, but it was just, I just happened to see what I saw.
If you said farmers market, brother, that's the area where they find there's sugar daddies, and because there's a lot of older single men over there. Okay. Living in that area.
Well,
I believe it. She wasn't. Be honest about it. She wasn't. You may have seen it. You weren't the one who she was showing it to.
No, I'm just saying, you see it all the time. I'm just making reference in general. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care about their motives.
does anyone else have any questions? I mean, clean questions.
Yeah, but I think that's just legit because, like you said, you don't want to be caught up in your mind. You know what I'm saying? You want to protect.
This is Satan's playground, man.
I mean, I'm just.
Yeah, he put that temptation out there on purpose.
So, like I said, when I parked, I just was like, you know, y'all, man.
Yeah.
I just happened to.
Did you turn your head?
I had to keep driving, though, straight. I just had to make sure that.
You described it so well. I thought.
She had to walk by though.
All right, well, that made me want to go by where you went to see if it's true. And I know how you feel. Does anyone else have any questions? Okay. Again, we are in Isaiah chapter 55, and let's go ahead and get started with that.
Isaiah chapter 55, verse 1. Ho, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters, and he that have no money, come you buy and eat. Yea, come, buy wine and milk without money and without price. Why do you spend money for that which is not bread, and your labor for that which satisfieth not? Hearken diligently unto me, and eat you that which is good, and let your soul delight itself in fatness.
Do you understand what is being said here? Because he's putting it in terms as if, well, you have to look at those two verses on another level. Because it says, ho, everyone that thirsteth, come you to drink, come you to the waters. He that have no money, come you buy and eat. Yea, come, buy wine and milk without money and without price. Mm-hmm. What's he mean by that? Because that's food and drink. And you don't get that freely, you got to pay for it. But he's saying here, you ain't got to pay for this kind of food, you ain't got to pay for this kind of water, this kind of wine.
The Torah is free. It's free. The Torah is free.
It's free? Yeah, this is free, but what makes it free?
But does it have to do with every word? A man's going to live by bread alone, but every word that comes out of the mouth of God.
Because it says, wherefore do you spend money on that which is not bread? Now, you look at that sentence there, and look at the condition of Yahweh's people today, and they spend money on that which is not bread. How do they do that?
Right now.
Well, tithes, right, in a Christian church, right? So and you're paying for something you're supposed to be getting, but you're not getting it,
Right.
right? And your labor for that which satisfieth not. So you usher in the church, or deacon in the church, or you do all those things, service of the church, but the preacher just want to get paid.
Right.
So you're not being satisfied, the preacher being satisfied. Hearken diligently unto me, and eat ye that which is good, and let your soul delight itself in fatness. Now we're talking about Yahweh's word. That's basically what it's pointing to. Yahweh's word is free, right? You ain't got to pay no money to hear Yahweh's word, and it is fulfilling because it fills that which is you haven't had before. It's a bread, spiritual bread, and it answers a lot of questions about life and about yourself, right? So that bread is like the Mashiach said, I'm that bread from heaven, right? And that bread gives you eternal life. So that's kind of referring that to that also. So I like the way Isaiah puts this because it's in the form of a metaphor in that he's putting it in plain terms, but he's talking at another level. That now he's talking at a spiritual level, right? Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
You know, before you go on, you know, you're talking about the ushers and deacons, and you heard that story about years ago, that woman that been laboring in that church. She was dedicated worker, usher, whatever.
Paid tithes.
Paid tithes, did all that. That woman fell on hard times. And she went to that little clique in the church. They turned her away.
Yeah.
Turned her away. I think she lost her house and everything.
Well, that's Christianity for you, buddy. So you gotta hold up your own. So it's her fault, as far as they're concerned.
Elder yourself, you just said that's Christianity for you. What do the Mormons consider themselves?
But now,
What do the Mormons consider themselves? Because they do that too.
The Mormons.
Mormons.
What about
them?
them?
They do that too. They'll tell you to go to the community.
Yeah,
Yourself will not help you.
I never heard of that one.
Yeah, I was reading the Mormon Murders with Mark Hoffman. You ever hear him? It was blowing up over there in Utah, blowing up all those.
That was in the 70s,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
going into the 80s. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this lady, she fell on hard times, just like what Steve was saying. And when she went to the church told her, the church don't do that, go to the community.
Really? The Mormons?
Yes.
Well, that's Mormon for you. You got them little boys riding around on bicycles saying they're elders.
Yeah.
So they're kind of a little backwards. They put the Mormon in the category of a cult.
Right.
You know, like the Jehovah's Witnesses. They put them, they're Christians, but they say they're a cult. So they don't want to have nothing to do with them cult.
That is true because they say they have a ceremonial preachings of the Elks. Not the Elks, I mean the Masons.
There's what now?
The Masons, they have a ceremony of preachers, you know, when the leaders get together and they indoctrinate new people.
Yeah.
It's like Masonic
Ceremony of accepting a new member. Yeah.
What really is to promote somebody up to another level.
Yeah, well, that they do it like that?
Yes.
Well, I guess you're right. It's kind of like a Masonic temple. But again, these are Gentile inventions. These are white people's inventions. Black people didn't think of this stuff, but they just want to join them.
Right.
Now the Mormons say that black people can't go to heaven, didn't they?
Right.
Yeah. And you didn't know that? No, y'all can't go to heaven, y'all black folk. No. Look at today. Look up in the sky. Ain't them clouds white? Well, you stay your ass down here. Y'all can't go up to a white cloud.
They were saying, getting back to brother Ukal, they were saying, yeah, if you were black, you couldn't be saved.
Right.
That was the basis.
Right.
And now they're admitting black people because they know how black people will spend money. They're admitting our people to their little churches. But I think the clergy or something, No, the priesthood, whatever, said brother can't attain to that. Not in Mormonism.
Yeah, well, again, that sure is a white adventure.
Good, right?
Yeah. What you gonna say, Levi?
No, I was gonna say I had met some back in the day when I was like about 17, 18, something like that. And like I say, two young white boys on the bike. And they always put them in the black neighborhood. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And
Y'all need saving.
they already telling me that tobacco and caffeine it was sin. They didn't drink coffee and they didn't drink tea.
Right.
And they didn't smoke cigarettes. And they said that all three of those, I think the cigarettes, I didn't understand, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, you saying, they said because it's harmful to the body, that it was sin. They took me, I can't remember what it said, but we talk about the body being a temple, you know what I'm saying, everything else.
So coffee is a sin, drinking coffee is a sin,
Drinking coffee and tea.
and tea is a sin?
Yeah, that's what they told me. Because it was harmful to the body.
Well, how they know? Sound like to me somebody got hooked on some coffee or got hooked on some tea and say, well, can't nobody have this stuff. Because I got hooked on it, so it must be bad. Now, that's that. Well, again, what makes that different from the Salem witch hunts? So they'll point a finger at a woman and say, you're a witch. And they'll try to kill her. She have to leave town. But they ain't got no proof. So this all comes from the mind of white people. Black people didn't think that way. So we were a little bit more grounded considering the condition we were in. We didn't have time to think in those terms. We were trying to just go make it from day to day, from one day to the next. Go ahead, Brother Sir.
Isaiah chapter 55, verse 3. Incline your ear and come unto me. Hear, and your soul shall live. And I will make an everlasting covenant with you, even the sure mercies of David.
What are the sure mercies of David? What's the sure mercies of David? What's he talking about there?
Mercy and grace,
Yeah, but why is it David?
because of his sin and the covenant that Yahweh made with him.
Not quite. Well, he did make a covenant, but what are the mercies, though? He's got the sure mercies of David. What mercies did David have? What now?
Uriah.
And I mean, he had a husband killed. So, what else? He said mercies.
Adultery and
Adultery. Right? He committed adultery and murder. Right? But Yahweh showed him mercy, didn't he? He didn't impute that iniquity upon him.
Nope.
Did he take it out on that child?
Took it out on who?
On that child that died?
Oh, the baby that died?
Yes.
Yeah, well, it wasn't Yahweh's wrath. It just said Yahweh won't have a child that's next to the king that's born of adultery.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So he had another child from Bathsheba.
Mm-hmm.
That Yahweh made him a king. But that child of adultery, he couldn't make it a king.
No.
So he had to go. Yeah. Nothing personal. The child ain't did nothing. But the actions of his father and mother that caused him to die. Yeah. But yeah, that would be the sure mercies, and that explains the whole, yeah.
Okay, well, again, back to the thoughts, like I said, thoughts of not just adultery, but also thoughts of murder. I remember last year, I just kept confusing myself, in my mind. But for those of us that have committed murder, and those are people that's committed murder, even the YNs that committed murder until they learn better and get their life on the right track. But these still mercies of David, they should be forgiven of those murders because they were forgiven the murder, and they said it's sure mercies, right? So they have an opportunity to make it into the wilderness and walk into the kingdom, even though they have committed murder, right?
Well, let me put it like this. No matter what sin you commit, if Yahweh move you you come and get baptized, then it's a chance you can be saved. You look at Moshe. He murdered a man before Yahweh called him. Didn't matter to Yahweh, because he already chosen Moshe. So if it's meant for you to live forever, have eternal life, the Spirit's going to move you to go get baptized. And He's going to keep you in that seat. Right? So we don't know, what does it say? Mercy excelleth judgment. Right? So it's Yahweh, again, it's by Yahweh's grace we're saved. Right? So he may show grace towards you in that you thought about killing somebody, you might have killed somebody, blood on your hand, but if He moved you, I mean, you look at Paul. He stood by while they stoned Stephen to death and held his clothes. So he's kind of in on it, imprisoning those people that believe in the Mashiach, but yet still the Mashiach called him. So we don't know how Yahweh's going to have mercy upon him. Right? So that's why you have to be careful what you say about people. And don't be judging people, because his name might be in the book of life. And yours might be blotted out. Right? So again, you have to be careful how you look at people. Right? No matter what you hear about them, if they're in there in your company, if they're in this congregation, it's because Yahweh showed mercy upon them. So if they show up here, we can't judge them.
He called that brother that you took stepped in his shoes, right? That brother's shoes you wearing now, he called him, didn't he?
Who?
Elder Yaakov.
Oh, yeah.
Elder Yaakov had it. Man, he had a bad track record.
Yeah.
He putting it out on the floor.
Yeah, he was. That was my teacher, though, brother. But he did time in jail, and so. But Yahweh made him a teacher. Now, I don't know everything about his background. I don't know what he did. Killed anybody? He killed anybody?
No,
Well, shot at some folks.
he shot at some people, right? He right. And he told me
Yeah.
that angel kept him back. He told me he almost killed a cop one time.
Chasing him in the alley, he shooting back at the cop.
Yeah, I know he wanted to kill that brother, to beat him out of his house.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Yeah, I remember that now.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, he never did it. Right? And Yahweh kept him from killing anybody. But nevertheless, if Yahweh can have mercy on a thug, He can have mercy on us that ain't thugs. So, your thoughts, yeah, everybody's going to have wayward thoughts. And some more extreme than others. But that's the flesh. And that's Satan's territory. You have no control over your flesh. Yeah, man.
You know, a lot of times I think we get caught up into the fact that we've been called and we hear, and we think we just totally clean, clean of all things that we done.
Mm-hmm.
But we, like you said, we flesh, and we still gonna continue to be in the flesh with thoughts of, like hurting people, because the reason why I walked out my job and resigned was because that's what my mind had went, hurting somebody, because, like I said, I had got tired of, the young people coming at me like, basically they saying you're on food. And that's basically why I was feeling them like, they about to make me, pop the blade back out on them.
Yeah.
Because, when I'm at work, I have to carry.
Yeah.
So, that's we ain't never totally watched until, we've been ran under the rod as far as I know.
Yeah, Jake will take it to the hoop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it takes a lot of self-control when you're dealing with people sometimes, man. They know they're messing with you.
Yeah.
But you got to fight that desire off. Do what you got to do to get away from that. So you left your job just to keep them alive.
Yeah.
You probably saved their life.
Me too, probably, because like I said, I'm a little skinny 140. All of them, 195, 200 or better, and 30 years younger.
Yeah. In 30 years, can't stop a bullet.
Well, I don't care.
Yeah. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Isaiah chapter 55, verse 4. Behold, I have given him for a witness to the people, a leader and commander to the people.
So this is a military man, right? So we're looking at David. Now we read in Jeremiah 30 that David's going to be raised up again. So Elder Yaakov looked at that and looked at this and said he's going to be raised out there in the wilderness if he's going to be a commander of the people.
Right.
Right? Now who's going to need more commanding than us? Because none of us have any military experience except for T-Rock. Otis?
Yeah, he's not a member, but yeah, Otis been military.
Yeah, but Otis ain't never been baptized.
That's what I'm saying. He's not a member.
So, yeah, man.
Is it possible, because how Elijah came back differently with John the Baptist, David gonna return, he's gonna return differently, not as King David, but as somebody else, name somebody else, but it's David, like how Elijah came with John the Baptist.
John the Baptist.
Was that Elijah that came back with John the Baptist, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right. So David is gonna return, but
We had the spirit of John the Baptist. Right. I mean, had the spirit of Elijah.
Right.
So you saying that somebody with the spirit of David gonna be out there?
Right. I'm asking.
That's a possibility. That's a possibility. But Michelle said Elijah shall surely come. And what would be the purpose of him coming? What does it say? What does it say the purpose of him coming back? So he's got to come back before Mashiach shows up. He's coming back to turn the father's hearts to the sons, the son's heart to the father.
Right.
So that would be the purpose of him coming back. So he said he would surely come, but that would be his purpose. Now you look at John the Baptist, had the spirit of Elijah, but he was more of a he was a Baptist, but he was also a prophet, and he prophesied of the Mashiach coming, who's a true righteous. He wasn't worthy to tie. So he was baptizing people, but it didn't say Elijah would be baptizing people.
Yeah. John the Baptist came, he introduced him to Mashiach, basically.
Yeah, he had to point him out, say, that's him right there.
Right.
Yeah. So will that be a person out there kind of like John the Baptist is the question, right? But it said he's going to raise him up. Right? Because at the time he said that, he was already dead for 100 years, a couple of 100 years. So I'm looking at that be a resurrection of David out there in that wilderness. Now he'll be resurrected before the Mashiach shows up. Right? So he got to be a commander and a leader of the people to lead them into the kingdom, to take back that kingdom. So we don't know. Who would know the land better than him? Right? We ain't never been there. So he can set all this thing up. If you remember, whenever he went out with his men to fight against the Philistines, he didn't have a scratch on him. So we're going to have somebody leading us that can't die. Right? And remember David's mighty men? Those men reigned terror on those Philistines. They were killing folk right and left. One man killing folk right and left. 800 men. So that might be the effect of on us when we go into the kingdom. We might be the same type of people as David's mighty men. Just killing Edomites all over the place. Yeah. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Isaiah chapter 55, verse 5. Behold, thou shalt call a nation that thou knowest not, and nation that knew not thee shall run unto thee because of Yahweh thy Elohim, and for the Holy One of Israel, for he hath glorified thee. Seek you Yahweh while he may be found, call you upon him while he is near. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts. and let him return unto Yahweh, and he will have mercy upon him, and to our Elohim, for he will abundantly pardon.
You see in verse 7? Now he's talking about your thoughts, right? He said, let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts. So now he's talking at that level the Mashiach is talking about, in the Mashiach's law. So it's not the act itself, but you're thinking about the act. So that's the same thing Isaiah is saying here. It says, let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto Yahweh, because you can't return unto Yahweh with a messed up mind. And he will have mercy upon him, and to our Elohim, for he will abundantly pardon, because again our thoughts betray us. So he can pardon even our thoughts. And you're looking at you getting prepared to inherit the kingdom of heaven. So you can't have them type of thoughts in the kingdom of heaven. I mean, you're looking at the fact that Satan gonna be in the bottom of the pit for 1,000 years. So what you doing with nasty thoughts? Now you can lay it on Satan. Say, yeah, well, Satan made me think that way. What you gonna lay it on then? Because Satan gonna be in the bottom of the pit.
Right.
And you're not gonna have any unclean spirits or demons out there to cause problems for you. So it's gonna be almost like the Garden of Eden. So actually the same thing the Mashiach is saying, that you got to watch your thoughts when that kingdom is set up. And you're getting prepared right now, because now your mind is not on worldly things. Your mind is on the word of Yahweh, the law and the prophets, and the gospels and epistles. That's your main thoughts. I know that at certain times of the day you'll be thinking about the wrong thing, but that's the flesh. That's why Yahweh didn't have any confidence in the flesh. All flesh is as grass to Yahweh, because you're always thinking of something bad to do, and you know you're wrong, and you think your thoughts are hidden from Yahweh. No, he knows exactly what you're thinking. But again, Satan is the prince of this earth, right? You can't stop Satan from tempting you. I mean, you can do like the Mashiach did and throw that law on him, but he was the law. He is the law, right? So he couldn't miss. But with flesh, and so we might throw the same words on King on the devil, but he still tempt us. See, the devil ain't scared to tempt anybody. If he can tempt the Mashiach, the Son of God, then who are you? Yeah, he got you. Only Yahweh can stop him from take you to the hook.
So forsaking the thoughts, like, you can entertain a thought, or you can, cast it down. Like, for instance, when the thought from your mind, nah, this wrong, I don't want to do that.
There you go.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you also can act on the thought. Like,
Yeah, you sure can.
So
That's why Yahweh created marriage.
Right, praise God. So when he's saying forsake, when he says forsake his way, and the unrighteous man is thoughts, so when he's forsaking them thoughts, he's saying like don't act on it, or he's saying start casting it down.
It's just the same thing the Mashiach law says. To look upon a woman to lust after, you already committed adultery in your heart. That's the unrighteous thoughts right there.
Right.
So nothing hidden from Yahweh, because your thoughts will cause you to act on your thoughts. You can see yourself acting on your thoughts.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So like if you say you don't want to do it, like a thought come to mind, and you cast the thought down, but you still do the act. You see what I'm saying? Like you do not want to do, like Paul said, he do things that he don't want to do.
Yeah. Paul put it like it is, man. Right? Things that I would, I do not.
Yeah.
Things I would not, that I do.
So that's what this is saying. Like, don't. Do
Well,
that.
he said he's admitting that he was a sinful man. Right? He knew the law. He was a Pharisee. A Pharisee of Pharisees sat at the feet of Gamaliel. But yet, he's having those wayward thoughts too.
Right.
That's his flesh. So what makes us think we're better than Paul? Paul had a spirit to heal people, right? We ain't got that kind of spirit. But we still have faced the same temptation that Paul faced. There's nothing different with flesh. Yeah. So, but do you have to accept the temptation?
No.
Now let me tell you, let's look at that again. Suppose you're tempted and recognize it as what it is, for what it is, and what you do to resist, you build up resistance to the temptation. Right? Because a baby don't know no better. So a baby is tempted to go put his hand in the socket. Right? And until it shocked the hell out of him, then he realized that was a sin. Right? So he don't do that no more. Well, the same thing with us. We think on those sinful thoughts, and you know it's wrong. Right? So when you first time you start thinking about it, after a while you say, I'm not going to think on this. I'm going to open up a book, I'm going to watch TV, I'm going to look at something on TikTok, I'm going to do something to get my mind off of what I'm thinking. Right? So only you can know what will get your mind off of what your thoughts were. Only you know that.
Well, that kind of goes in with David, right? He did something and Yahweh slapped him on the hand. He didn't do it anymore, right?
Right.
Like that adultery and that premeditation and numbering the men of Israel. But we read where David committed numerous sins, but he didn't do those things anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, but sin has its consequences. Blood didn't come out of David's house at all, did it? Since he had Uriah murdered.
With his sons, all of them died by
Yeah, that you got not Adonai, but
Absalom, Amnon.
not Absalom, Amnon,
Amnon,
who raped Tamar.
Right.
Right, and that Absalom had him killed him. Right, and that's all the consequence of that David laying with another man's wife and having that man murdered. It stemmed just from that. Then Yahweh had his son Shlomo born, right? Well, he had a purpose too. His purpose was cause the house of Israel to be destroyed by bringing all them gods, marrying all them women into the land. Well, that divided land. Yahweh said, I'm going to tear this house down now. And the Mashiach said, the house divided shall fall. Right? The house of Israel was divided, and now it's falling. People don't forgot all about the house of Israel. Only because of David, him and Bathsheba. Bathsheba must have been fire.
every minute you bring that up, it's just like the world is in the turmoil because of Adam and Eve.
Well,
The whole earth is in the turmoil because of Adam and Eve.
yeah, well, that's the fate of all mankind because of what they did.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
It started in the garden. I know
Yeah.
that's when sin came. First sin was committed.
Yeah,
And also that's when the first lie was told.
yeah.
Yeah.
First murder.
Yeah, well, yeah, the children, yeah. So that's a consequence of sin. All right, so now we sin to being in the world. Now anything can cause death, even murder. But Yahweh allowed that to happen, didn't he? But the question is, in the resurrection, will Abel be raised back up? Because we got to look at the people that were born before the Mashiach began his ministry. Will they be raised up beside King David?
Well, that's one thing about it. He got to come into basically, like you always said, judgment, ain't it?
Well, the Mashiach said the prophets will be raised up.
Yeah.
All the
They
prophets
gonna be-
raised up.
Yeah.
But what about everybody else?
Didn't say.
Well,
But did Yahshua cover that? Go all the way back to the beginning? His death?
his death, back to Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
I don't know, because did Adam and Eve repent? And
No.
did they ask for forgiveness?
Well, a lot of our people didn't repent because they didn't know.
Well, I'm talking about Adam and Eve now, because that's where you say it started, right?
I'm asking to go that far.
But they never admitted to it, did they? They did not admit to the sin that Yahweh accused them of.
No.
Did they know they were supposed to?
Huh?
Did they know they were supposed to?
That's the point. They were innocent. Does a baby confess that he did something wrong? He doesn't know any better. Adam and Eve were warned that that's what would happen. You're going to bring death upon them in the world. But neither one of them said they were sorry.
Mm-mm.
Neither one of them repented, and neither one of them asked for forgiveness.
Yeah, they just made accusations one against the other. It was just woman.
Yeah, it's that woman you gave me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Put it on him, put it on Yahweh.
Mm-hmm.
But again, they were babies in mind and maturity. Right? They ain't never heard a lie before. Right? Now you got a talking serpent in the garden, and he went to Eve first. You got to wonder why. Then 5,500 years later, you look at the women in the world today, you see why he went to the woman first.
Yeah, she's a weaker vessel. But getting back to Abel, now Cain, he killed Abel, right? But there was no. Now he
There's
knew
no
he
judgment for that.
Yeah. So what will Abel, that's being innocent, the Ten Commandments was not around at that time. I know the law was in the earth, but how is he going to be judged in your mind? Because he's going to be resurrected. And you don't read, well, he had to do something because sin was
Who
in
you
the
talking
earth.
about, Cain?
Abel.
Abel?
Yeah, sin was in the earth after Adam and Eve did what they did. So men had common sins, men do. So what would be the standard that Yahweh would use with him?
I don't know.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, I don't know, because again, we're talking about grace.
Yeah.
Right, so we don't know how far back Yahweh's grace is going to go. Might go back to the Garden of Eden, and Yahweh pardon their sin. Because I'm pretty sure as time went on, there were worse sins committed than Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
But then they introduced the world to sin.
Yeah, you're right. If they didn't know any better, there's no. Well, they had one law:
That's all.
don't eat of the fruit of the tree of good and knowledge. Right.
Right.
So the thing of it is they didn't.
It's not
They
as
didn't-
good and evil.
They didn't do it out of ignorance. They was told not to do it, and what was going to
That's
happen?
right.
You're going to be separated from me in the day that you eat. Right.
Right.
Yeah. So that's pretty interesting. It's not that Abel was a good guy and all that, but it don't say anything that he did. But then I was talking. Who's not to say Adam and Eve won't be in the kingdom?
That's my point.
Yeah, they may very well be.
That's my point.
Yeah.
They also gave you a song of righteousness and a song of sin too, right? With Cain and Abel.
That'll what now? Have another son after Cain and Abel?
Yeah. A song of righteousness and a song of sin.
You talking about Seth?
Not Cain and Abel. Because Cain.
I know that with Cain slew Abel, right?
Yeah. And,
But they had another boy named Seth.
Seth, yeah, I remember Seth. But Seth never. He was taken, right? Or was it Enoch?
Nah.
It was Enoch taken. But
Sorry about that. Enoch. That's so used. Hanok.
Abel offered up a right sacrifice, and Cain didn't. So that's why I was saying they produced a song of righteousness and a song of sin.
They weren't given any instructions on what sacrifice Yahweh would accept.
Yeah.
Abel just knew, but Cain didn't. Right? And Yahweh did not accept Cain's sacrifice. But he did give him a second chance. I got your goat over here. I got your sin sacrifice over here. Bring me that. But he didn't do that. He killed his brother instead.
Mm.
Yeah. Go ahead, Brother Stretch.
Isaiah chapter 55, verse 8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith Yahweh. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts.
Those are two very key verses there. That puts clearer who Yahweh is going to have mercy upon. who's going to say who's going to be raised up? So we might look at a brother out there in the street and say, he brother I had waiting on us yesterday, right? he knew we had money. But nevertheless, he'll with him by peanut. See? Yeah, so you coming over here bombing. But my point is that even though we know they're doing something wrong with the money,
Right.
that doesn't mean that they're not going to be saved.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Because Yahweh said, my thoughts are not your thoughts. We got fleshly thoughts. But Yahweh's a spirit. And remember he said, I have mercy upon whom I will have mercy. So we don't know who Yahweh's going to have mercy upon.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I have to be careful when we talk about our people, because their name might be in the book of life. And here you talking about something. If you're talking about them, then you're talking about Yahweh.
You know, Elder, I keep remember, but that fella out there in Texas, that young boy that stabbed that white boy, he might be one of the people who lead this country. You know, the angel opened the jails up and let him out. And he might come out in the wilderness. He might be saved. You never know.
Well, we can hope.
Yeah.
I mean, they ain't gonna have nothing to do with us, though. I mean, we old folk, right? They're old. Young folk don't hang around old. What are they, about 17, 18 years old?
Yeah, but considering we leave this country, and by the time you get out in the wilderness, the boy might be 19, 20 years old. Well,
Yeah.
you know, like you say, Yahweh can save anybody.
Yeah, he can. So you look at Barabbas.
Mm-hmm.
The people had a choice between the Mashiach and Barabbas,
They chose murder.
and they chose Barabbas, a murderer.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of looked at that how you have to look at Yahweh. That Yahweh chooses who He want to save.
Mm-hmm.
So they saved the murderer and let a good man die in this place. But that is part of the sacrifice of the Mashiach, so that those that did commit sin will be forgiven.
Right.
All your past sins will be washed away, so you can start life all over again.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If he ended up out there and Yahweh pointed him towards some Israelites that knew the truth, he could be. Now, it's no sacrifice for murder, you're right. But I'm saying once he come under the blood of Yahshua, those sins would be.
Well, yeah, you got to look at that too.
Yeah.
I remember when I first started teaching up here, brother came up here. He had just got out of the joint for pedophilia.
Hmm.
And I didn't judge him, but I said, if Yahweh sent you here, it must be for a reason.
Right.
Right? So I went ahead and baptized him. He stopped coming after a while. But I took that as a lesson. If you come up in here, if Yahweh sent you up in here, it must be for a purpose. Now, I don't know what that brother doing now. I don't even know if he's still alive. But I went ahead and baptized him. Because what makes me think that his sin is greater than my sin?
All sin is sin.
All sin is sin. It's some worse than others. To the mind, but we say Yahweh's thoughts are higher than our thoughts. Yeah.
You know, it's scary that now we're on this side to know the truth. Like that brother that came here, got baptized, then he went out and still killed 2 people. Remember that brother, the barber?
At the barber shop?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who saw that coming?
Yeah, I forgot about him.
Remember him?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and this barber shop up the street,
No, it wasn't
next door.
It wasn't there.
Well, didn't he work there? Over there?
He did for a minute.
Yeah, but he went to Alabama or something, didn't he?
He came back. He did the murder down here, and he was out here in the cab somewhere.
Yeah. But they found him in Alabama, I think. But yeah, he killed 2 people.
Wow.
He got baptized here.
I remember that. Forgot about that.
Yeah. So again, we don't know what Yahweh got in store for us. But what if we're put in a position, in order to live, we have to kill somebody? Yeah. Yeah, but Did the Mashiach resist being killed?
No,
He could have resisted.
you're right.
He could have said, no, they lying. But he didn't. But that he knew that was his purpose. Right? He had to die. Couldn't nobody save him. So but when you talking about your family, and your family is being threatened by somebody with a gun, and you take him out, right? That's still death.
Even though sisters was at the pop, that white guy in the Walmart parking lot.
When was this?
The overall parking spot.
Yeah.
Was this a woman shot that killed that man?
Yeah.
Sister.
Big woman, big Landwell.
No, that's his sister. Is. She wasn't that big.
Oh, what? Okay, I thought I saw a picture of one that was a Landwell.
This happened last week.
Yeah. Killed somebody over a parking space.
No, she got, he was walking up on her, big old white boy walking up on her. And she told him, leave me alone, I got the parking spot, leave me alone. He kept coming, she reached back in the car.
It was tit for tat.
She got out the car.
It was tit for tat. It was petty. Both of them should have just let it go.
Well, I mean, like you said, I seen the video. He kept walking that sister down, yeah.
He did. He was I would have stepped back. But like she stayed in the parking spot. After he blocked them, she gonna stand there. They was going back and forth.
No, she was standing there at her car door, and he kept walking up on her.
She was standing in the parking spot.
But
like,
her car was in the parking spot.
I know, I see the video, but what I'm saying is that it was petty on both parties. Like, it's a parking spot. Take it. Let it go.
That's what he should have did.
That's what both of them should do.
Well, she had the parking spot. That's what she was telling him.
Let's continue, man.
It's not that big.
Just getting off on a tangent here. Let's get back to the lesson.
55, verse 10. For as the rain cometh down, and the snow from heaven, and returneth not thither, but watereth the earth, and maketh it bring forth and bud, that it may give seed to the sower and bread to the eater, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. For you shall go out with joy, and be led forth with peace. The mountains and the hills shall break forth before you into singing, and all the trees of the field shall clap their hands. Instead of the thorns shall come up the fir tree, and instead of the briar shall come up the myrtle tree, and it shall be to Yahweh for a name, for an everlasting sign that shall not be cut off.
This is what Yahweh's telling Isaiah to write, because he sees these things about to happen. But since there is no time and space up in heaven, he's sounding like he's talking about it's happening right then and there. But as you continue on to read the prophecy, there's a timeline involved. And so the timeline has a lot of different things happening within that timeline that got to come to pass. And one of those things is us got America being destroyed and us getting up out of here. That's part of the timeline. For this to happen, what we just read here, for this to happen, the timeline got to be completed. The times of the Gentile got to be fulfilled. For this to happen, right? Because you're going to be a blessing to the land, not only to the land, but a blessing to all the nations. Right? They're going to see you in a different light than what they see us in now. And so they're going to know our story. They're going to say, man, y'all been through it. And you still come out on top. And you're not aggressive. You're not proud. You're humble people, just like the Mashiach. They'll want to be ruled over by you because they want to know what it is like to be the chosen people. That you can heal people. You can feed people. So right now, we're known as killers. Now we'll be known as healers. Because of the God that is with us, that people will want us to stay in their land. Why do you think white folks coming out here now? Because they can't afford to live where white folks live. That's what I'm saying. But when the time comes, they're going to want you in their land. And so because of Yahweh who's going to be with you, they're going to understand that you represent the Mashiach who's sitting on the throne. And when they see you, they'll know that, hey, that's one of them Hebrews over there.
You'll be a nation of kingdom.
Yeah.
Nation of priests, right? Priests bring the blessing in your house.
That is that.
Yeah.
And they be looking for them blessings.
Right.
Right. So again, this is gonna happen. The whole land is gonna be like the Garden of Eden when you get there. Right. But we know we got to go through them changes first before we get to this level. Right. But Yahweh already spoke it. It says it's gonna come to pass. Won't return to him void. Right. So what I like about Isaiah, he got an overview of things that we're going to read about in the prophecies. So, for instance, in Isaiah 65, he talks about a new heaven and a new earth. But he's combining that with the kingdom of heaven. But we know that there's a division between the kingdom of heaven and the new earth. The new heaven and new earth. About 1,000 years. So, that's the overview that Isaiah's been given. But it's broken down by the time we get to Revelation. I'll get to the Gospels. Because now we're talking about the Mashiach's kingdom, then you're talking about the kingdom of Elohim. Two different kingdoms. One is for 1,000 years and one forever. Yeah. Go ahead, Brother Sir.
Isaiah chapter 56, verse 1. Thus saith Yahweh, keep ye judgment and do justice. For my salvation is near to come, and my righteousness to be revealed. Blessed is the man that doeth this, and the son of man that layeth hold on it, that keepeth the Sabbath from polluting it, and keepeth his hand from doing any evil. Neither let the son of the stranger that have joined himself to Yahweh speak, saying, Yahweh hath utterly separated me from his people. Neither let the eunuch say, behold, I am a dry tree. But thus saith Yahweh unto the eunuchs that keep my Sabbaths, and choose the things that please me, and take hold of my covenant, even unto them will I give in mine house and within my walls a place and name better than of sons and of daughters. I will give them an everlasting name that shall not be cut off. Also the sons of the stranger that join themselves to Yahweh to serve him and to love the name of Yahweh, to be his servants, every one that keepeth the Sabbath from polluting it and taketh hold of my covenant, even them will I bring to my holy mountain and make them joyful in my house of prayer. Their burnt offerings and their sacrifices shall be accepted upon mine altar. For mine house shall be called an house of prayer for all people. The Adonai Elohim, which gathereth the outcasts of Israel, saith, yet will I gather others to him, beside those that are gathered unto him.
So it says here, in verse 2, it says, blessed is the man that doeth this, and the son of man that layeth hold on it, that keepeth the Sabbath from polluting it, and keepeth his hand from doing any evil. Neither let the son of the stranger that hath joined himself to Yahweh speak, saying, Yahweh hath utterly separated me from his people. Neither let the eunuch say, behold, I am a dry tree. Now, the question is, can the stranger do these things by himself? I mean, just keep my law, right? Keep from polluting the Sabbath. Can he do this on his own without any us knowing about it and us having any knowledge about what they're doing?
Yeah, they can do it.
Yahweh can see them doing it,
Yeah.
but are they doing it decently and in order?
No. We got, I think the example, you got Gentiles that's keeping Sabbath, right? And they keep holy days. But it's out of order, right?
Right.
Because there's no Jew around
That's
to
right.
instruct them, right?
Somebody got to answer for them.
Right.
Right. So they may do it more perfect than we, us.
Okay.
Right? But they missing the main ingredient. And that's us. Because Yahweh did not make covenants with white people. Nor did he ever speak to white people.
Right.
So he only deals with his own people. And if they want to be part of Yahweh people, they got to come through us. Because there were no Gentile apostles during the time of the epistles. It was only the Jews that were apostles. And they said, Paul said, y'all need to follow me and do what I tell you to do. You got to keep my gospel. So if you want to have eternal life. So he had to be a leader of it. He had to lead Paul, Timothy and Titus. These are all Gentiles because he was sent to the Gentiles. But yeah, they can keep these laws and be prosperous. But it's all for naught. Because they didn't have one of us supervising them. And they didn't have any one of us to make intercession for them when they commit sin.
I just had to break it down to a sister on our Facebook about Timothy. She said Timothy was a prophet. I was like, no, Timothy was a mid-Gentile. You know, mid-guy. I said, you have to understand Paul was writing him letters on how to oversee the congregation that Paul left him with in Europe. You know, but he was important. I said, Timothy didn't write that. Paul wrote a letter to Timothy. In fact, he wrote two to Timothy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but you got a lot of people out there think they know what's going on.
Yeah, no.
But they don't have the spirit behind it because they was questioning and they went all the way back to the beginning and questioned Lot and his two daughters.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you're accusing Lot of something his daughters did.
Yeah.
You know, and I told him, I said, why don't y'all go on back, read a little farther on up in the book and do the Deuteronomy about the moral laws and see how Yahweh changed all that.
Right.
And then go into the prophets and read what's going to happen to Moab and Ammon. That's what you need to do since y'all think he's not going to punish it. Go on up in there and see what's going to happen to Ammon and Moab. But they call him a moron or idiot and I'm like, no.
Yeah, no. Well, I've heard people say that the Chinese were the Moabites and Amalek. But here in 1 Timothy, I can see where she got that from, that he was a prophet, right? In 1 Timothy chapter 4, this is the letter that Paul wrote to Timothy. 1 Timothy chapter 4, in verse 14, it says, neglect not the gift that is in thee, which was given thee by prophecy, with the laying on of the hands of the presbytery. That's where they got that from, that Timothy was a prophet. It didn't say he was a prophet. It said these things was given to you by prophecy. Right? So the presbytery is just another word for the elders. Okay? So, I mean, you got the Presbyterian church and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's just another word for it. I don't know why the translators put these words up here sometimes to throw people off, cause them to make mistakes thinking that Timothy was a prophet. He was a Gentile. Right? His father was a Gentile. And so, I imagine he was born out of wedlock, I don't know. But nevertheless, Paul didn't find no fault in that boy. But that's where they got that from. Right. So, but again, he wasn't a prophet. He was actually a disciple of Paul. Him and Timothy, Titus. Yeah.
Apollo, one Apollo was a Gentile too?
Who?
Apollo.
No.
Apollo was a Hebrew.
He was a Jew.
Okay.
Yeah, because he was quoting scripture. Right, and them Gentiles wasn't that into that much at that time. But I think it was Priscilla and I forgot the husband's name, Aquila. I think that was them that took him aside and expounded a little bit more about what he was talking about. Right. Let's continue, Brother Stephen. So again, we know that this is Sabbath, forgive me, Steve, that it's talking about the Gentiles coming up, being part of us as a people. So it won't be exclusively just us, right? Because I brought this out before when Meshach said, the time is coming is now is that the true worshipers of Yahweh, the Father, would come to worship Him in spirit and in truth. Well, He didn't make any distinction between the Jews and the Gentiles. So He's looking at beyond the Jews. And that's why the doors are open for the Gentiles to have eternal life too. But again, it's got to be done decently in order, because Yahweh only made covenants with us, but He's going to have mercy upon the Gentiles too. And that's strange because the way they treated us, yeah, but all Gentiles didn't treat us that way. Remember, he who curses Israel shall be cursed, he who blesses Israel shall be blessed. Right? So those people that blessed us, they're going to be saved. Then you got some Gentiles that have never even seen us before, and didn't have a chance of even doing a good or bad for us. So what about them? Well, they never worship Yahweh. They worship them pagan gods. So we don't know what the judgment is going to be about them. So that they're going to see that, hey, we might need to do some good for these black folk up here, because there's something special about them. And Yahweh can take that good that you did for His people, and maybe that'll be the ingredient that cause you to be saved, raised back up in the first resurrection. Because right now the whole world has been given over to paganism, and idol worship. And so we can see this because we've read the law. We know what the law says. And all these Christians are pagans. They're idolaters. And that, according to Revelation 19, no, Revelation 21. Revelation 21, all idolaters are going to the lake of fire. So them Christians better hope they find a black person somewhere, because they're idolaters, but they don't know the judgment for idolatry. They're going to the lake of fire. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Isaiah chapter 56, verse 9. All ye beasts of the field come to devour, yea, all you beasts in the forest.
It's talking about men. When they talk about the beasts, these are foreigners, right? They call them beasts. Remember in the prophet Daniel, he saw those four beasts. He called them beasts because these are Gentiles, except for Nebuchadnezzar. These are all Gentiles, but he called them beasts. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Isaiah chapter 56, verse 10. His watchmen are blind. They are all ignorant. They are all dumb dogs. They cannot bark, sleeping, lying down, loving to slumber. Yea, they are greedy dogs which can never have enough. And they are shepherds that cannot understand. They all look to their own way, every one for his gain from his quarter. Come you, say they, I will fetch wine, and we will fill ourselves with strong drink, and tomorrow shall be as this day, and much more abundant.
Brother Stephen, let's go to chapter 57 and read verse 15.
Isaiah chapter 57, verse 15. But thus saith the high and lofty one that inhabited eternity, whose name is holy. I dwell in the high and holy place, with him also that is of a contrite and humble spirit, to revive the spirit of the humble, and to revive the heart of the contrite one.
Now the reason I just read that one verse, because chapter 57 is not really prophetic, it's more of historic. So let's go ahead to chapter 58, Brother Stephen.
Isaiah chapter 58, verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins. Yet they seek me daily, and delight to know my ways, as a nation that did righteousness, and forsook not the ordinances of their Elohim. They acts of me, the ordinances of justice, they take delight in approaching to Elohim.
I find this verse very interesting, because they've tried to seek out Yahweh. It says, yet they seek me daily. And apparently he must have manifested himself some kind of way that they want to go back and see what else is going to show them. Yet they seek me daily, and delight to know my ways as a nation that did righteousness and forsook not the ordinance of their Elohim. They ask of me the ordinances of justice, they take delight in approaching to Elohim. Now, he said, as if they did this, right? But they weren't doing this. We're going to keep on reading. We're going to see how hypocritical they were. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Isaiah chapter 58, verse 3. Why have we fasted, say they, and thou seest not? Why have we afflicted our soul, and thou takest no knowledge? Behold, in the day of your fast you find pleasure, and exact all your labors. Behold, you fast to strife and debate, and to smite with the fist of wickedness. You shall not fast as you do this day, to make your voice to be heard on high. Is it such a fast that I have chosen, a day for a man to afflict his soul? Is it to bow down his head as a bulrush, and to spread sackcloth and ashes unto him? Will you call this a fast and an acceptable day to Yahweh? Is not this the fast that I have chosen? To loose the bands of wickedness, to undo the heavy burdens, and to let the oppressed go free, and that you break every yoke. Is it not to give your bread to the hungry, and that thou bring the poor that are cast out to your house? When thou seest the naked, that thou cover him, and that thou hide not thyself from thine own flesh.
Now, in chapter 58, it's the reason that Isaiah said we can eat on the Day of Atonement. This chapter here.
What verse? What verse? You say a verse in here?
Yeah, verse, well, actually the whole chapter, from verse 1 all the way down to verse 7. That he used these verses as an excuse instead of. Yeah, who else? Is that another he said?
You were talking about Isaiah the prophet.
Oh, yeah, because Steve, he do call me Satan. Elder said, yeah, forgive me.
Okay.
Elder says, you weren't here when it was here, but we were celebrating the Day of Atonement, and he said, on this day you're going to eat. And we say, no, you ain't supposed to eat on the Day of Atonement. It's a day of fasting. But he went ahead and made everybody eat that day, that night. And next time, the next holy day, what was that next holy day? Day of Atonement, then you got the tabernacles, right? Well, on the tabernacle, he had on a face mask. Did you notice that?
Right there. Had a whole mask.
Right. And I was wondering, why did he have his mask on? Somebody told me that he had broken out.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
You remember that?
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Because I remember, I think, you stayed, but you didn't eat.
No, I left.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was mad at y'all.
You were mad at us.
Yeah.
Why?
I was brand new. I don't know if I ate though. But I was like, man.
Were you baptized yet? Oh.
I had probably about 2 weeks.
You're already mad at us. It didn't take long at all.
We didn't eat. Y'all didn't tell us not to eat.
We Elder left, Baruch, they live not Baruch got, and he got just insidious. He left. He walked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Elder left. I stayed for a minute, and now I got some brothers see me today. They hot with me. They say, you the one, you was the one, you put them people up to eat because you stayed around. I didn't have brothers jumped on me back.
Well, I wasn't here, but when I heard, my first thought was come up here and just start throwing food at the door because this was my university. This is basically where I got my degree from. Well, but yeah, this is basically where I got my degree from. You know, I thought I was still an alumni. And I was ready to come up here and just start throwing food at the door.
But you know what, Elder, is Yahweh allowed that because just think about it. We should have actually just threw that brother out on the street, but Yahweh didn't allow it.
Yeah, eventually we did.
Yeah. But it was a holy day, so I can see why
Yeah.
that didn't expire. But I think about it, I say, Elder got mad, and these brothers got mad, and they walk and say, you're wrong, you blaspheming here, brother.
Yeah.
What you're doing is wrong.
Yeah, y'all missed it, man. That was high drama back in them days.
You know, Elder, but that's when I saw the seriousness of Yahweh with his holy days, because even his cells broke out, and then turned around, that brother died.
Got a German name.
Shows.
Yes.
Him and his son,
No.
Shows, he sat up on the front.
Yeah, one I always set up on the front row.
brown skin fellow.
No, kind of light skin.
Okay. I think that's his name. I remember that name.
Yeah.
Sure. He died thereafter. I was like, man,
He wasn't young and good.
wow. Yeah.
It wasn't?
He hadn't been baptized. Yeah.
Oh,
He
man.
was like older. He's been in forever.
I don't mean to laugh, but
He's like
older they have been here
Oh,
forever.
do you hear that?
Yeah. Yeah, that they found him in a hotel room.
That's right. They found him dead.
Mhm.
Okay, I remember that now.
Yeah. But yeah, them were the days, man. It was pretty wild back in them days, but this is where Yahweh divided up the congregation. And so he got them out of here. Now Elder Yaakov picked him to run the congregation. But Yahweh got him up out of here.
I'm like that. So I'm reading the verses that you just read. Well, I don't get no. I don't see any justification
Well, let's look at it again.
for
In verse 3 it says, "Wherefore have we fasted, say they, and thou seest not? Wherefore have we afflicted our soul, and thou takest no knowledge? Behold, in the day of your fast you find pleasure, and exact all your labors. Behold, you fast for strife, and debate, and to smite with the fist of wickedness. You shall not fast as you do this day, to make your voice to be heard on high. Is it such a fast that I have chosen, a day for a man to afflict his soul? Is it to bow down his head as a bulrush, and spread sackcloth and ashes under him? Wilt thou call this a fast and an acceptable day to Yahweh? Is not this the fast that I have chosen, to loose the bands of wickedness, to undo the heavy burdens, and to let the oppressed go free, and that you break every yoke? Is it not to deal thy bread to the hungry, and that thou bring the poor that are cast out to thy house? When thou seest the naked, that thou cover him, and that thou hide not thyself from thine own flesh." Now they took these verses here and said, well, that's talking about we don't have to fast no more. These verses here. Now how they did that, I don't know, because I wasn't in on it. But somebody convinced him that we should eat on the Day of Atonement. But then when they left here, well, they go to South Carolina, right? When they left here, they had, when they kept the Day of Atonement, they also kept Thanksgiving.
He got Israelites to keep Thanksgiving.
Well, I think he convinced himself because, right before atonement, he got up there and said, I got a new prophecy. It's a new prophecy, and if you don't want to be a part of it, you can hit the door. And that's when he started, like he told me, go, get out.
Yeah, he did kick a lot of people out.
Yeah, it was a power play on his part. You remember when he said, Simon says,
Yeah, he was with Big Me.
he was, and he said, Esau said, that was he, and then I found out, y'all already know this, he tried to pattern himself after Yahweh being Yahweh. That's what that whole thing was like. It's a power play. He, like you said, these verses here, to the unlearned, they'll fall for it.
Yeah.
It sounds good when you read it, but we know better.
Well, when I was in class with him in prophecy class, he wanted to bring a recording of Yahweh ben Yahweh.
Okay, well, ain't lying then.
Yeah.
He wanted to be
I didn't know he was that
Yahweh.
into him, though.
Yeah.
I did not know. I found out much later after he had left here that there was sometimes when he was having Sabbath service, he played Yahweh ben Yahweh tape.
Mm-hmm. But the problem was with the whole thing, he had to get you out of here. That was the problem. If he got you out of here, he'd have had his way.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were the linchpin. He was trying to do some things, because I know one time he said something, and I forgot what it was. And you said something to him, and you walked out, and we went out down the parking lot and got you, and brought you back in here.
You know what he told me?
What's that?
He told me, I want you to go spy on this congregation.
Yeah, that's what he, yeah.
Because he was bad at spying on other people's congregation. He was going to send me out. I said, I ain't never done nothing like that before. So I stormed out of there, bro.
Yeah, because you remember when y'all closed the kitchen, and people was eating that, we were just back, feasting at other people's house. He told me to go to these things and listen out and see what's going on and report back to him. I said, I ain't finna do nothing like that, man. That's crazy.
No, it sounds backwards. It doesn't make no sense at all.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you concerned about everybody else's congregation?
And not to mention, the day that he kicked me out, we was back when nobody back in the office with me and him, and I seen his face turn into a pig face with the tusk going up this way. I kid you not, I'm sitting there looking at this guy, and he told me,
A wild boar?
Yeah. He said, we can't talk with that because you're a man, but I'm not. And I'm looking at his face, and I'm like, you're right, because my soccer, like you said, the flesh was taken in, and I had already started balling up my fist. But then when I seen that face, I was like, no, you can't fight this demon right here. I would just walk away from it.
Yeah. Like I said, it's pretty wild back in them days, so it's Yahweh purging the congregation again. And, he kicked Eliako's wife out the church in her group. You remember?
Well, that one's so wrong.
Yeah, so he cleaned the house. But then Yahweh got him out too.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
I was going to ask you, he wanted you to go out to other Hebrew congregations or to
Other Hebrew congregations.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
So I was surprised he even asked me.
Yeah.
Because that's just not me. I don't do stuff like that.
Well, he had started recruiting me. He told me he's trying to get rid of all these old heads. I don't want them to be young guys around me.
I guess so. I was thorn in his side. I guess I was an impediment. Mm-hmm. I did not know that. All I knew was I was just coming to Shabbat service, and that was it. I didn't do nothing extra. But he saw me as a threat.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm on your side, buddy. Why are you looking at me like I'm the enemy? But then again, he was paranoid and schizophrenic. Yeah. He was on that medication, bro, so. Yeah. And his son was too. Yeah. Let's, Brother Stephen, pick this up in chapter 58, verse 13 and 14.
Verse 13. If thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, from doing thy pleasure on my holy day, and call the Sabbath a delight, the holy of Yahweh, honorable, and shall honor him, not doing thine own ways, nor finding thine own pleasure, nor speaking thine own words, then shalt thou delight thyself in Yahweh, and I will cause thee to ride upon the high places of the earth, and feed thee with the heritage of Jacob thy father, for the mouth of Yahweh has spoken.
Now, the reason I went there is because people have asked me, can I jog or go to the park on the Sabbath day? I'm not working. I took them here. They said, if thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, from doing thy pleasure on my holy day, and call the Sabbath a delight, the holy of Yahweh honorable, and shall honor him, not doing thine own ways, nor finding thine own pleasure, nor speaking thine own words. So now you got an idea what you're supposed to be about on the Sabbath day. So apparently for him to even write that meant they weren't keeping the Sabbath day holy the way Yahweh wanted to keep them holy. So the Sabbath is a day of rest. Also, it's a day of holy convocation. And so you're not supposed to be doing your own pleasure having a party on that Sabbath day. As a matter of fact, men supposed to have a holy convocation, and people supposed to rest on that day, not jamming, having a party like they do now in America. Yeah.
So, Elder, now you got brothers and sisters in some camps. It ain't that many. They're having sex on Sabbath day, right?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Okay, they saying, okay, that's pleasure.
Yeah.
Kind of pleasure, but they're breaking the law because that sex is coming from lust, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lust is sin, right?
Lust leads to sin.
Leads to sin, right?
Uh-huh.
So they wrong.
Yeah. But Yahweh gave them over to that. It doesn't make sense to us. But we're supposed to take the Sabbath seriously. Right? You got the parameters of keeping the Sabbath. You do no servile work, no work on the Sabbath day. Even the animals have to take a day off. Right. So if the animal got to take a day off, then you need to leave that wife alone. You can leave her alone for 24 hours. Right. Come sunset after the Sabbath, the doors are wide open. Okay. Because y'all married folk know that though. So we praise y'all. Because I know sometimes it's hard. Married folk. we be in the back in the alley. Why I come up there and look at it. It's just time to go.
Well, I just wanted to make a comment. That key word, pleasure, right?
Mhm.
I started thinking about that over the years, how the system in America has it set up that everything pleasurable is on Saturday.
Yeah, the game on Saturday.
You get paid Friday.
Friday night, yeah.
Then you got
You can
the
fly
game
on Friday.
Saturday, even parties,
Spend the money on
Friday,
Saturday and
yeah.
Sunday.
Everything is pleasurable. I had this conversation.
On the weekend.
It was years back I had this conversation. Me and the gentleman was just talking. I said, he was saying it's kind of hard, because I said, I understand. I said, I get exactly where you're coming from. I said, I'm not a perfect man. I was like, but I understand that, if you look at how the system is set up, yeah, it's set up where once you get paid Friday, then everything is Saturday.
Right.
Nothing on too much on Sunday.
No, well,
Everything on Friday.
they're kind of making Sunday a Saturday too. Especially when you're talking about the glass house.
Yeah.
You remember the glass house, right? You don't know what the glass house is?
I don't know either.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what the glass house is?
I know what it is.
You know what the glass house is, right? You do? Yeah.
I know what it is. I do.
See, at one time, they wouldn't sell any alcohol on Sunday.
Oh.
It's a bootleg.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we call it the glass house because it would be in people's houses.
Oh, okay.
All right, so we know what a glass house was back before they opened a liquor store up on Sunday. We had the glass house over here by Mother Mariah's house. And we go get a six-pack or whatever they got over in there. Y'all call them bootleg? Well, they put them glass houses out of business when they opened up the liquor stores on Sunday. I think they did that in Alabama too, didn't it, Elder? Because they called them state store.
Yeah.
They got it in Carolina too.
I remember.
That's all over stop. You couldn't down south. You couldn't get liquor down south.
You can't find what?
I said back in the day you couldn't get liquor down south.
Yeah, back in Carolina used to be a dry county.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're the dry county,
Yeah,
right?
it was a dry county. We had to drive the people in DeKalb County, we drive to Atlanta to get there to drink and drink on to get there drink. And the police used to sit at Memorial Drive in Moreland, coming into DeKalb County, stopping and searching, do drunk dress driving on, or they know they got a DeKalb tax, but you're coming out of Atlanta.
What year was this?
This was, I think it was, what was it, 72 on the street?
It was in the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dry county.
Okay.
You were living in it?
Yeah, no, but I don't remember coming to DeKalb County and having my car searched. Let's pick this up in chapter 58, verse 7. This is not really, most of this is not prophetic, just the last part, the last couple, 2 or 3 verses, but it's still worth reading because it points to us and our behavior here in America because we haven't changed. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
What we read?
Chapter 59.
59.
Yeah.
Isaiah 51.
59.
Verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Behold, Yahweh's hand is not shortened that it cannot save, neither his ear heavy that it cannot hear. But your iniquities have separated between you and your God, and your sins have hid his face from you that he will not hear. For your hands are defiled with blood, and your fingers with iniquity. Your lips have spoken lies, your tongue have muttered perverseness.
Mm-hmm.
None calleth for justice, nor any pleadeth for truth. They trust in vanity and speak lies. They conceive mischief and bring forth iniquity. They hatch cockatrice eggs and weave the spider's web. He that eateth of their eggs dieth, and that which is crushed breaketh out into a viper.
What's a cockatrice? Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 59, verse 6. Their webs shall not become garments, neither shall they cover themselves with their works. Their works are works of iniquity, and the act of violence is in their hands. Their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed innocent blood. Their thoughts are thoughts of iniquity, wasting and destruction are in their paths. The way of peace they know not, and there is no judgment in their goings. They have made them crooked paths. Whosoever goeth therein shall not know peace. Therefore is judgment far from us, neither does justice overtake us. We wait for light, but behold obscurity, for brightness, but we walk in darkness. We grope for the wall like the blind, and we grope as if we had no eyes. We stumble at noonday, as in the night. We are in desolate places as dead men. We roar all like bears, and mourn sore like doves. We look for judgment, but there is none, for salvation, but it is far off from us. For our transgressions are multiplied before thee, and our sins testify against us. For our transgressions are with us, and as for our iniquities, we know them, in transgressing and lying against Yahweh, and departing away from our Elohim, speaking oppression and revolt, conceiving and uttering from the heart words of falsehood. And judgment is turned away backward, and justice standeth afar off. For truth is fallen in the street, and equity cannot enter. Yea, truth faileth, and he that departed from evil maketh himself a prey. And Yahweh saw it, and it displeased him that there was no judgment. And he saw that there was no man, and wondered that there was no intercessor. Therefore his arm brought salvation unto him, and his righteousness it sustained him.
Now, this is Israel on their own. Not in captivity, but they're in their own land, and this is how they govern themselves. Now, this is back in these days. Can you imagine how they be now? It won't be no difference. Because in verse 8, the way of peace they know not. And there is no judgment in their goings. They have made them crooked paths. Whosoever goeth therein shall not know peace. We're like that now. We can't come together on nothing. But again, you're getting a snapshot of what it was like when we were on our own, with no other people ruling over us. This is how we carried ourselves. And we're supposed to be chosen people. We had the law. These people were not ignorant people. These people were very bright people. But then the way of peace they didn't know. So that's what would happen to black people on their own. They destroy each other like they got here. Go ahead, Brother Spencer.
Isaiah chapter 59, I read 16 again.
Mm-hmm.
And he saw that there was no man, and wondered that there was no intercessor. Therefore his arm brought salvation unto him, and his righteousness it sustained him.
Mm-hmm.
For he put on righteousness as a breastplate, and in heaven a salvation upon his head. And he put on the garments of vengeance for clothing, and was clad with zeal as a cloak. According to their deeds, accordingly he will repay fury to his adversaries, recompense to his enemies. To the islands he will repay recompense.
And that's where we come in. It says to the islands, or that another word for island would be the coast, outside of the Mediterranean, outside of Israel, where Yahweh got us scattered. He says in verse 18, according to their deeds, accordingly he will repay fury to his adversaries, recompense to his enemies. To the islands he will repay recompense. That's us. Yahweh created heaven and earth, right? So you can't hide nothing from Yahweh. I don't care where he scattered you at. He know where you at. That's why you're kind of amused that people talk about where are the lost tribes of Israel, the lost 10 tribes of Israel. Well, if Yahweh wanted you to know, he'll let you know. He know where they are. You got one of them over here already. What's somebody? What's oh, he is? Oh, okay. Pick it up at verse 19, Brother Stephen.
So shall they fear the name of Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him. And the Redeemer shall come to Zion, and unto them that turn from transgression in Yaakov, saith Yahweh.
Mm-hmm.
As for me, this is my covenant with them, saith Yahweh. My spirit that is upon thee, and my words which I have put in thy mouth, shall not depart out of thy mouth, nor out of the mouth of thy seed, nor out of the mouth of thy seed, saith Yahweh, from henceforth and forever.
It says in verse 20, and the Redeemer shall come to Zion, and unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob, saith Yahweh. Where else have we heard this verse? We've heard this verse again.
In the law.
Huh?
In the law.
No.
In Jeremiah?
Hmm?
In Jeremiah?
No.
Romans. Romans.
What now?
New Testament somewhere.
We talking about verse 20?
Yeah, verse 20. Well, we heard
Romans 11.
Romans.
Exactly.
But Paul said the same thing.
Yeah.
He said, and the Redeemer shall come to Zion, and unto them that return from transgression in Jacob, saith Yahweh.
Mm-hmm.
That's when he says that all Israel shall be saved.
Romans 11.
Romans 11.
Romans 11, verse 20, 26 and 27?
Yeah.
Yeah. As to, did you read verse 21?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. As for me, this is my covenant with them, saith Yahweh. My spirit that is upon thee, and my words which I have put in thy mouth, shall not depart out of thy mouth, nor out of the mouth of thy seed, nor out of the mouth of thy seed, saith Yahweh, from henceforth and forever. He's given something that is going to be permanent throughout the generations of the children of Israel. What could that be?
The new covenant. The new covenant.
The new covenant, yes. New covenant.
You can look at man is alphabetized, and they said Joshua, we got a letter 8.
Joshua 1 verse 8.
Yeah, just 1 verse 8.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and
And then do you have Luke chapter 11 verse 28?
Well, they don't have that one for the letter H in my book.
You got a letter H.
Yeah, it's a letter H right after that. Mouth shall not depart.
That's in Joshua chapter 1 verse 8.
Yeah.
That's it. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. It says this book of the law. But Isaiah says this covenant. Now, the book of the law is more than likely referring to Deuteronomy, because he's repeating the law all over again, right? So, but this is talking about the new covenant that is going to enjoin upon Yahweh's people. Okay? So we're going to always, since you got it broke down to Jeremiah, that's going to stick with us. Right?
And a lot of the law would not be in the new covenant.
In the new covenant, you can't break the law.
Right.
Right. It'll be like you can't sin anymore. That's because he said, I'm going to put my law in his heart and put it in your mind, and you shall be my people, and I will be your Elohim. Right? I'm paraphrasing, but nevertheless, you won't be able to sin, no matter if you try. But that won't happen until it create a new heaven and a new earth.
Right.
So you cannot sin. Right? Because he'll put the law in your heart. It'll be almost like instinct that you can't sin. What's so funny? See, everybody's laughing.
Crunchy over here.
Crunchy?
Yeah. You see how they did with that,
You
Jack, he snitched on his own daddy.
I know, but you had to see the whole. He was telling him it was too crunchy.
But look what he did yesterday.
You had to see the whole.
He said he late because his dad yesterday. He putting everything on the dad. He putting everything on the dad.
Let me. I'm gonna stop right here and open the floor up for questions. Does anyone have any questions before we dismiss?
Good class, bro.
Okay, let's see what's on chat. Yeah, I don't know why Daddy don't backhand it.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Get him, Elvin. Get him.
I got a belt too.
I got a belt. He said he got a belt.
He hasn't got those days.
I got Brother Abraham on Facebook at the top.
Can you go up any higher?
Huh?
Can you go up any higher?
No, I got Terry Outlaw and Eliyahu Ben Israel after that.
You said Facebook, right?
Yeah, that was Facebook, and on YouTube I got Terry Outlaw.
Okay, who your first one? You said?
First one was Abraham.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, and Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Shalom, Brother Abraham. Shalom, Brother Terry Outlaw. Shalom, Brother Eliyahu Ben Israel. Shalom, Repentant Judah. Shalom, Elder Enoch. Shalom, Brother Alahayim. Elder Alahayim and Mother Malaka. Shalom, Morning Crisp. Shalom, Brother David Reed. Shalom, Elder Mick. Shalom, Brother Kevin Burtz. Shalom, Elder Eleazar and Mother Akaya. Shalom, Mother Ruth. Shalom, Sister Rachel. Shalom, Julius Brown. Shalom, Susie Garman. Shalom, Isha. Shalom, Elvin. Shalom, Brother Malachi. Shalom, Brother Mick Anderson. Shalom, Lonely Red Wolf. Shalom, Brother Benaiah. Let's see here. Shalom, Herbert Moore. Shalom, Elder Hiram. Shalom, Brother Otis. Shalom, Brother Kevin Birch. Shalom, Elder and brothers and sisters. And I have a question on what's being talked about right now about King David, that he committed adultery and murder. Was he baptized after he had did this, and did that clean it up from the baptism? Yahweh passed over that sin, those sins that he made. He didn't impute that sin on him. So he didn't need to be baptized to wash away his past sins. You got to remember now, the Messiah said all the prophets are going to be in the kingdom. Well, David was a prophet also. And so he didn't impute that sin upon him, even though what he did was supposed to bring the death penalty, but Yahweh didn't impute that sin on him. One thing he did do, though, was he confessed his sin. Right? And since he confessed his sin, that's probably part of the ingredients of him being forgiven. Not having the sin imputed upon him. No, he wasn't baptized because the baptism didn't come until John the Baptist started baptizing people. That was 1,000 years later. So if we read up in, for instance, Jeremiah chapter 30, you'll see that Yahweh's going to raise up David again. Right? Even though David's been dead, he's still going to raise him up. So it ain't about him being baptized, because that's the initial question I asked earlier about the people that were born and died before the baptism started. Right? Everything that people did, they got to answer for, but will they be raised up in the first resurrection? But he died for them too. Shalom, Brother Adrian Davis. Shalom, Brother Herbert.
Did that brother get back to the one in Mississippi about the baptism?
No. I need to get in touch with him. Thanks for reminding me. Because we said it was on the 25th, right?
He said, that Shabbat would be the 25th.
The end of July.
Yeah, he wanted, I thought you said the 28th, that 28th.
Yeah.
Thursday.
Yeah. That's the 28th should be the 4th day, shouldn't it? Third day?
Yeah.
What's going on that third day?
Your history class.
Yeah, no, but what else picked that day?
That's the day you said that baptism was supposed to.
Yeah, I know, but okay. Well, like I said, I'm gonna verify with him.
Yeah, I didn't know if he was online or not.
I hadn't seen his face, his name up yet.
Okay.
Let's see here. Herbert Moore, you criticize Christianity for not helping its parishioners pay their bills. Do y'all do that? No, first of all, we're not Christians. Second of all, we do. What now? Who's getting ready to go? Who? Who?
Song. Name is man. Song.
Song?
Yeah.
You getting ready to go?
He's looking at that, or he left. I think he passed.
I think he's going next door now.
Oh. Y'all get him a beer? No, don't give him a beer while you're working.
That might quiet him down and make him a lot of noise.
Herbert Moore said, you criticize Christianity for not helping its parishioners pay their bills. Do y'all do that? Help people pay their bills, or are we? First of all, let me explain. We're not Christians. We don't practice Christianity. If anybody needs help among our members, yeah, we try to help them out as best we can. That's why I said in the case of Brother Zadok, I texted them and said, if you need any help, let us know. Mm-hmm. Right, so we have...
I didn't receive plenty. I said, I didn't receive plenty.
You did? Help?
Help.
Help? You need help?
I said, I have received plenty help.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
From us?
Yes, sir.
Me too.
You too?
You inside?
I ain't getting none.
Maybe you need to ask.
Y'all laughing.
You didn't ask. You might need to ask.
Y'all ain't supposed to laugh at a person that need help. Herbert Moore is right. Thanks, Herbert. Shalom, Gregory Rucker. Shalom, brothers. Kevin Birch. Sister, this is my last question. It never ain't your last question, man. This is my last question, Elder. When Elder Steve just read about Isaiah 55, verse 7, if a person is in after baptism, is there forgiveness?
person sin after baptism. That's what he's saying.
I'm trying to figure out what he's saying here. 55 and verse 7. It says, let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man's thoughts. And let him return unto Yahweh, and he will have mercy upon him, and to our Elohim, for he will abundantly pardon. So the question is, if a person sin after baptism, is there forgiveness? Yes. But you have to ask for forgiveness in the name of Yahshua HaMashiach. Shalom Yahweh song.
Elder, what you said to Herbert Moore?
I said that, let's see. I said we help people. Yeah.
They go.
They didn't ever help me though. I mean, everybody confess. Yes, he said, help me. Yes.
Help me.
Then Steve said, you should have asked. Cold-hearted, bro. Y'all so cold-hearted.
We don't read minds around
What
here.
is it? You have not because you ask not.
Right. Because you asked a miss.
Oh, just throw it on me, bro. Just throw it on, beat me down, man. I'm all right. Shalom Yahweh song. Shalom Melinda Curry. Shalom Abisha Judah. Shalom Brother Hodiah. Shalom Elder Tobiah. Rachel. Shalom. It says, from what I understand is our thoughts are living entity and heard by Yah and the angels. Our imagination can run wild in our thoughts. What is the law for these thoughts? Some thoughts can be of revenge or of greed. If one doesn't act on the thought, but it keeps playing over and over in our head, other than asking forgiveness for that thought, but it will not stop playing in their head. Even after asking for forgiveness, it's still there. What can someone do about it? I do know that everything is preordained in our lives. I believe saying a special prayer to overcome it, where in the Bible can one find strength against these thoughts. Paul had the same problem. So don't feel like the Lone Ranger. And Paul was made an apostle, and he was healing people. But the best thing you can do is continue to ask for forgiveness until Yahweh take it away from you. That's all I can tell you. There ain't no special prayer unless you just find one that fits your circumstances. There is no special prayer that you can pray for your own purpose. You got the prayers in the book of Psalms about David asking for forgiveness. But that's another man's prayer. That prayer got to come from your heart, because it's affecting only you. Right? You keep coming up with these thoughts, and you're not the only one. Everybody comes up with the same thoughts, and they know it's wrong. But they never leave. You wonder why. Why is Yahweh doing this? Is he putting this in my heart, or am I doing this on my own? And I keep asking Yahweh, take this out of my heart. Please forgive me. Take me. He still let it come in our heart. And that may go on for years. But if it's his will, he will eventually take it out your heart. And you feel like a brand new person, like a great burden has come off of you. Because now you ain't entertaining those thoughts, because you see what the thoughts are for what they are. Right? And you know you're not supposed to be thinking about those thoughts. So he'll give you something to think about that will replace those thoughts of what you're trying to get rid of.
You know, Elder, I think you made a good point this morning, right, when we was outside. You said, go focus on something else, and them thoughts, you won't have them.
Yeah.
You stay preoccupied with other things.
Yeah, when you focus on, you ain't really thinking outside of your focus, right? So you don't have time to think wayward thoughts.
Right.
Say, for instance, just reading the Bible. That could take your thoughts off of those wicked thoughts that you have, or get involved in something that take up the time in your mind, that you focus on something outside of your body, outside of your mind. focus on something else that's going to take up a lot of your time, and that'll save a lot of time there. You thinking about the wrong thoughts. But you can only focus for so long, depending on what you're focusing on. For instance, if I was a person probably like Brother Dez, you know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Now, he's into flooring, marble, right? He's very concentrated on that. And you can see him doing this all day. His mind is on what he's doing, right? So he ain't got time to think wayward thoughts because he's concentrating on focus on one thing, is doing a good job.
I do know one thing, Elder. I know that for a fact you're right, and that's book. If you read this Bible, just read it. You won't be thinking about nothing.
No.
You won't be thinking about your bills and nothing.
Yeah, I know.
Going out in the street is my power.
Well, now,
Going out in the street, that's my power.
going to sleep,
Going out in the street.
going out in the street.
Yeah.
That you focus in the streets.
That's my power.
That's your power. So you ain't thinking about wayward thoughts because you're in the streets.
I go out and talk about Yahshua and Yah.
Oh, talking to different people about Yahweh and Yahshua.
Right, that's right.
Okay, well that's something else. You focus.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. Yeah, you focus, and that's how you get your mind off of those wayward thoughts. Shalom, brother yourself. Shalom, brother Ezra ben Israel. Shalom, Clarence Marks and Sister Yolita. Shalom, Abba Yahweh. Yeah, they do that. They help their people out. Demon for you to say, with hate prove you are a demon. Everyone knows Christian religion is of the devil. You just prove that with your wicked demonic mind. Is he still putting stuff up? Y'all done fall on him? Let me read that again. Yeah, they do that.
Oh no, this is somebody else.
He said, yeah, they do that. They help their people out. Demon for you to say, with hate prove you are a demon. Everyone knows Christian religion is of the devil. You just prove that with your wicked demonic mind. Where's he coming from with this? I don't even know what he's saying, but I suggest you quit watching us because this may not be for you.
No, he's saying that, yeah, they do help. He talking about us at the land, look like.
Yeah, but he said I got a demonic mind.
I think he's talking about that brother that made that statement, Moore.
Oh, Herbert Moore?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He's talking to Herbert Moore, not talking to me?
Yeah, he's talking to Herbert
Oh,
Moore.
come on, man. This is our platform, not Herbert's. Shalom, Levi the believer. Ezra ben Israel. Elder, we talked about the strangers having to come to Israel. You mentioned that we would need to make intercession for them, but wouldn't that be Yahshua? Yeah, but Yahweh don't know the stranger. Right? He doesn't know white people, doesn't know Gentiles. He knows only us. And what we can do is make intercession in the name of Yahshua to heal him or to forgive him of whatever sin he committed. So yeah, as I said before, the Gentiles, white people can keep this law all day long and think beautiful thoughts, but nevertheless, they still need the people of the covenant to make intercession. People that Yahweh knows, they need us if they want to talk to the true and living God. Brother Ezra, they still need to come. We have to supervise them so we can make intercession for them. Brother Donald Lee, Brother Bernard said Donald Lee, also known as he says, had us doing a lot of things on the Day of Atonement and kind of outcast us who had a rebuttal about it. They got upset.
Donald Lee.
That was I forgot that's his name.
Yeah, Donald Lee.
Yeah. Sean Berry, Shalom. my brother Bezalel, who was, this is Brother Benai again, my brother Bezalel, who was at the NCCI way before me, he told me that when Donald Lee, also known as Isaias, was doing all of that off-the-wall stuff, he said that you were one of the only ones who stood up to him and didn't go along with Deacon Hezekiah. Also told me about you standing up to him as well. He always had a side joke about you, saying beard down to your belly. That was his slick way of talking about you.
But is this somebody
It's not, I'm on people's minds, I didn't even know it.
I know that.
I'm surprised. But now he was there. Yeah.
It's that saying. Something they live you living rent free in their head.
Yeah, and I didn't know it. I'm the topic of conversation, I didn't even know it. Shalom, Brother Kemuel, Elder Kemuel. Shalom, Timmy Turner. Shalom, Elder Hezekiah.
Elder.
And Zach said Elder.
Oh, that's
I really enjoyed your prophecy class. Praise Yah. Looking forward to seeing you guys soon. Praise Yah. Wait. Shalom, Brother Alahayim Ben Yasharala. Great class. Praise Yah. Shalom, Brother Yirmiyahu and family. Shalom, Elder Priest and family. Stay blessed, Holy Yahweh. Be magnified, Holy Yahweh. Don't turn up the sun. Making it uncomfortable for them Gentiles. All right, I'll go with that. Shalom, Mikael. Shalom, Cave Dub Willis. All right, let's see here. That's the refiner's fire. The counterfeit Ruach is with us always. Shalom, Mother Ruth. What about fear? That keeps coming back in your mind. Is this an attack from Satan? Mother Ruth. No, Satan don't put fear in you. He tempts you. He tempts the flesh. He tell you lies, but he don't ever put the fear in you. That's not his job. Depending on what you're fearing, what you fear of. You know, do you feel of living, or feel like a fear of dying, or what? Depending on what the fear is. Wisdom of Shlomo 17 and 12. For fear is nothing else but a betraying of the succor which reason offereth. Did you follow this guy? He just came up, didn't he? All right, he ain't making no sense, but just hold on. Let's see what he's got. Some kind of link there for some reason. Yeah, we're not going for it, buddy.
You want me to read?
Huh?
You want to read the fifth read?
No, he ain't saying nothing stupid. So I don't know what he's saying, but he ain't saying nothing I call stupid. Let me see. I don't have anything else after him. Okay, let's go ahead and get out of this. All right, Facebook, YouTube, we're going to go ahead and shut it down. Join us for our history class this coming third day, which is Tuesday night. Join our sisters class this coming fifth day, which is Thursday night. Both of them at 8 o'clock. And we have our Sabbath service on the seventh day at 1 o'clock, and that's Saturday. Again, thank you for joining us, Facebook and YouTube. Yahweh bless you and keep you. Huh?
You got two that jumped on.
Two just came up? Man, I tell you.
No, we're trying to.
Yeah, well, we got two more. Let's see, let me catch them right quick. Elder, is being nervous also a form of fear? No. The Meshach fear. So fear's nothing wrong with fearing. Susie Gone, thank you, Elder, yourself, for bringing the good news of Yahweh. Praise Yah, my dear. Is that it? Okay, we're going to try it again. I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you 5 seconds, Facebook and YouTube. 5, for you to put something else up here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Don't look good. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. We got a holy day coming up soon, or do we know? I don't think we got
We're
that.
for a while.
We're a long ways off.
Okay. We got a new moon when?
I think it's the 14th, if I
July?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's why we actually yesterday, we went
That's
on
the
the
day I
phone.
was, the day I was born. Born on 13, it's popping up on 14.
I thought it was the 3rd of September.
For me, Temptations.
Well, I don't know if they wanted to hear it or not, but, you know, when I, got the news that I couldn't start my, chemo immediately afterwards, I guess through prayer and knowing other people was praying and the doctor's word, you know, that, you know, I didn't have no nerve or fear about that. You know,
Yeah.
when you was talking about yesterday
Yeah.
with my low white cell.
Yeah.
blood
So
cell.
how your white shell looking?
Yeah, I haven't been back.
Oh, okay.
But, you know, I'm like, you know, I done prayed to y'all on this.
Yeah.
And the doctor said, you know, don't worry about it. It's going to be all right.
Yeah.
You know, I had no nervousness or no fear,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because I'm just ignoring what's going on with my body now.
Yeah.
Because I know eventually it's going to right itself
Mm-hmm.
once I start back.
You know a lot more about your body now than you did before, don't you?
Yeah, I
The same thing with me, man.
Yeah.
I didn't know the connection between my bladder and my prostate.
Yeah.
But now I do.
I gotta go get this coverage, clean them off.
All right. Well, again, thank you, Facebook. Thank you, YouTube, for joining us.
I hate it.
Yahweh bless you.